Hello and welcome to the official release video of the new premium Fractal Flow course, which is called Fractal Trading, Mastering Price Action and Beyond. Please make sure you watch the whole video so you can make an educated decision about purchasing the course and what you can expect from it. The first thing you may be wondering is whether you can make high quality trades by using only the content of this course, and the answer is yes. This course gives you all the tools you need to trade at a high level with superior techniques and much more than that, as you'll see. The second thing you may be wondering is whether this course is for your level of experience. This course is made for traders in all levels. The way this works is that the course starts with very basic ideas and concepts, and as lessons progress, the level of difficulty starts to rise. Beginners can go from the very basic to the most advanced ideas in a few hours, and advanced traders can realign their knowledge of the basic concepts, as well as develop their advanced techniques even further, not to mention adding new tools to the arsenal. The third thing here is that if you are a student of my previous courses, there is overlapping content with the old courses. In order to develop the techniques and add new insights, I have to first introduce them and make sure new students understand what I'm talking about, so keep that in mind. First, I will make general remarks about the course, and then I will dive deeper into its structure and the value you will obtain from it. So more than a year ago, I released a course called Advanced Trading Course Volume 1 Introduction to Fractal Trading, where I outlined the mathematics behind fractal trading. That course was completely theoretical and devoid of actionable trading tools, as I said in its release video. That was a necessary theoretical foundation for students to not only understand fractal trading techniques in a better way, but perhaps more importantly, to trust the techniques by knowing where they come from. Even though you can grasp a lot of the fractal trading techniques in the new course intuitively, by seeing the first theoretical course, you have a much better understanding of these techniques, and you will progress through the new course much more easily. Once again, the theoretical foundation of the first course is necessary for you to trust the concepts. The course I'm releasing today builds on that theoretical foundation, but now you are going to see the practical side of the theory. So this new course is packed with actionable trading techniques, tools, and insights. Another thing you must understand is that technical analysis is a very broad subject, and it's impossible to create a course that talks about everything in detail. If the goal is to apply fractal trading, we must focus on the fundamental building block of price action, which is the geometry of candlesticks. All the other techniques cannot be understood and applied successfully without a solid foundation of the candlestick first. That means this course is focused on understanding the logic of candlesticks from the fractal perspective, but the course is not only about candlesticks. I talk about many other things such as phase analysis methods, different types of divergence, various kinds of price barriers, techniques that spiral from the fractal understanding of price action, not to mention game theory, chaos theory, risk, trading psychology, and performance measurements from the institutional perspective, which is something that retail traders desperately need. If you're an old student of the other courses I released in the past, you'll notice a few things. First thing is that you're going to observe the evolution of techniques we already know to be reliable, such as the fractal candle, frequency lines, pitchforks. And you'll also be able to learn new techniques, such as the linear regression channel, which is as powerful as the pitchfork. Some of the new developments are the integrated fractal candle and its 10 elements, dynamic frequency stops, fractal manipulation patterns, the fractal butterfly, and two important trade filters, the butterfly effect and the fractal dimension of price action. Another thing you'll notice is not just the introduction of new techniques and evolution of old ones, but the introduction of a new framework of analysis that makes it simpler to apply all of these complex tools in a more realistic way. I call these the fractal price action reading framework. One of the challenges of fractal trading is knowing when to maintain a broad perspective and when to narrow down your focus on a specific point of the chart. This is the main problem this new framework solves. So you'll be able to make a fractal analysis from blank chart to trade entry, stop, and target in a structured way that is more objective, which is really important. This is the sweet spot between the context produced by broad perspective and the precision produced by narrow focus. I would say that the fractal flow method got more advanced, but at the same time it became simpler to apply. Another important thing is the tuning of your behavior and expectations based on principles of game theory. This is extremely important for you to understand how to develop trading skill, how to deal with wins and losses, and your overall trajectory in trading. No trading course is complete without mentioning some aspect of risk and behavior. In this course, you'll learn the integration of the mathematical, technical, and psychological sides of risk-reward ratios, and you'll also learn how to deal with performance like an institutional trader. This is something that is seriously lacking in the retail trading world nowadays. Retail traders talk about performance without knowing even the most basic principles of finance associated with it and without knowing how to measure it properly. You find out many deceptive pitfalls associated with performance and the best way to approach the problem. The final part of the course is the practical examples that combine all these insights into examples in real price charts. This is where the small lessons that are usually learned through practice will be quickly and explicitly demonstrated to you. This is perhaps the greatest value I can add to you beyond the presentation of advanced techniques. I already spent a long time developing and applying these techniques, so I can explicitly show you these peculiarities and nuances of how the techniques work in the real world. That means you will obtain the knowledge of several years of theory and practice in just a few hours. In my opinion, that's what a good trading course should do: decrease the learning curve of the student. This doesn't mean you won't need to practice yourself and continue your learning trajectory, and it also doesn't mean trading will become easy after seeing the course, but I can tell you that you will be miles ahead of most retail traders. You'll be able to make more rational decisions, and you'll be able to see the market in a very unique way. By the way, once you learn the perspectives of this course, you cannot unlearn them. You'll never be able to go back to the older perspectives of technical analysis. In summary, you'll learn a simple framework of analysis to apply advanced techniques from blank chart to trade entry, stop, and target in any market and in any time frame. How to increase win rate as much as possible in a realistic way. How to know which tools to use and when to use them. How to use risk-reward ratios correctly, and how to choose the right ratio for each market scenario. How to tune your behavior and expectations to the way trading really works. How to deal with performance like an institutional trader. How to increase trade frequency without compromising trade quality. How to trade in a sustainable way. Many tricks, secrets, nuances, and details of various techniques and tools. 15 years of theory and practice condensed in a few hours, and much more. This is the basic overview. Let's focus a little bit more on the benefits and insights contained in each module. This is the table of contents for the whole course, which has a total of 5 modules. Let's go deeper into each one. The first module is an introduction to how fractal price action trading works and a review of what is called the intrinsic properties of candlesticks. The knowledge of these intrinsic properties allows you to extract the greatest amount of meaningful information from candles as possible. You can use this to validate trading techniques, price levels, filter bad trade ideas, and more. We want to focus on ideas and concepts that allow us to understand what the market is telling us instead of creating a framework of analysis that imposes what we want on the market. That is a very important thing. In this first module, you'll learn how to change your perception to observe price from a fractal point of view, how fractal price action analysis allows you to take advantage of multi-time frame analysis without the pitfalls associated with it, how the presence of certain price action elements can alter and modulate the classic interpretation of the many properties of a candlestick, and how to use that effectively in your trades, how to know when to change your perception from broad market analysis to highly focused and narrow analysis on specific candlesticks. This is one of the greatest challenges of trading. Quantitative and qualitative properties of candlesticks, the perception of volatility, uncertainty, symmetry, and pressure in candles, how to contextualize these properties effectively in a price analysis, modify technical indicators to measure certain candle properties with total objectivity, how to avoid the greatest paradox in multi-time frame analysis, how to detect when candle properties provide contradictory readings, how to contextualize and analyze challenging candlestick action over time, awareness of phase analysis methods and their integration, new types of divergence signals and the awareness of certain peculiarities of divergence that allow you to filter out false signals, the fractal perception of new types of divergence, awareness of multiple types of price barriers, why they work, and how to integrate them effectively, awareness of the characteristics of sustainable, unsustainable, and ambiguous price action, tools to reduce the inherent ambiguity of certain candlestick formations, velocity, acceleration, and volume tools, and much more. The second module is an introduction and development of specific fractal price action tools unique to our method. Once again, these tools are not an invention. They are a description of how price action works using the appropriate tools of science. In this module, you'll learn how a paradox in fractal geometry can help you change the mode of analysis effectively, the practical use of fractal dimension in price movement and how that enables you to choose better trade opportunities, the relationship between fractal dimension, timeframes, and volatility, fractal flows in price action and the notion of variability and cycles in fractal dimension of price action, developments in the older techniques such as frequency lines, dynamic frequency breakouts, the butterfly effect and how to use it to filter out bad trade signals, many fractal manipulation patterns, development in one of the best trading techniques, the fractal candle, how to differentiate between good and bad fractal candles, notion of the integrated fractal candle and its 10 elements, the fractal butterfly, introduction to the new fractal flow technique that is as powerful as the Andrews pitchfork, the linear regression channel, how and when to draw it, and how to use it to filter out bad trade signals and to confirm integrated trade signals. Module 3 is a series of insights and concepts from chaos theory and game theory that will dramatically change the way you approach trading, as well as the introduction to the fractal price action reading framework, types of triggers, stops, and targets. In this module, you'll learn how the integration of tools of different kinds can give you an advantage by combining power, precision, and timing, basic concepts of game theory that will remove the mystery and frustration of how trading actually works and show how you should approach the learning process in trading in the most effective way, insights on how to deal with the potentially addictive nature of trading and how to use that to your benefit, presentation of the two simple and valid approaches of the fractal price action reading framework, types of valid trade triggers, stops, and targets, and very important advice on how traders should approach trading. Module 4 should be mandatory in any trading course. It's a presentation of the most fundamental principles of finance related to risk, behavior, and performance. Most retail traders are deeply confused about how these three factors interact. This module will put you ahead of most retail traders because it will allow you to measure your progress in the right way, and that means you will start learning and progressing in the right way as well. In this module, you'll learn the mathematics, technique, and psychology of risk-reward ratios, how and when to optimize or maximize ratios, the three characteristics of successful risk-reward ratios, three simple position sizing methods, their benefits and disadvantages, important notions of performance measurement that most retail traders don't know about, consistency versus sustainability in trading, tuning your expectations correctly according to the traditional tools of finance, misconceptions about the edge in trading, the two concepts of performance measurement that most retail traders completely ignore or are not aware of, many deceptive and non-obvious peculiarities of how to measure performance correctly and objectively, the problems of winning and losing streaks, the perception of how performance occurs in the short and long terms, illusions of adaptability in trading, how to deal with performance using the same tools of an institutional trader. Module 5 will allow you to dramatically decrease your learning curve in terms of the application of all the techniques you've learned. You have access to insights from 15 years of theory and practice in just a few hours. In this module, you'll learn many practical examples with tons of specific insights that take years to learn on your own. The greatest amount of value in the shortest amount of time. Many insights on hyper-integration under the fractal price action trading framework. The pitfalls associated with fractal techniques and tactics on how to deal with them. Tips and tricks on how to deal with ambiguity. How to deal with chaotic price action and how to extract the most out of orderly price action. Dealing with opposing and valid trade ideas. Becoming aware of the side of the analysis that traders tend to ignore. How to find secondary and tertiary entries in trades you might have missed without compromising precision and risk-reward quality. Detecting non-obvious levels where price might reverse. The intricacies of how price reverses or continues in key points. Specific ways of catching pullbacks. The trade-offs associated with different kinds of entries. The interconnectedness of different analysis methods in technical analysis. Understanding how to deal with risk, precision, and confirmation, how to deal with the dark and deceptive side of various techniques, and much more. Course structure. In order to access the next lesson, you must answer a few questions to make sure you understood the current lesson. That is necessary to ensure proper learning and also to protect the course content. You must answer all the questions correctly, and you have 5 attempts. If you fail all 5, I will have to manually reset your quiz score. Course highlights. The course has 41 lessons in 5 modules, over 5.5 hours of straight facts, no rambling, 180 practice questions, 751 slides of presentation, certificate of completion, logical course progression with gradual increase in difficulty, and it is appropriate for traders in all levels. Community. A few traders asked me about a Discord community. The Teachable platform where the course will be streamed has a community feature in beta, so I will look into how that will work. Beyond that, it would be interesting for this community to be available only for students that have the certificate of completion of the course. That will ensure a minimal level of discussion in the community and avoid the confusion that occurs in Discord communities where too many people with different goals keep getting in the way of one another. Referrals and affiliates. The Teachable platform also has features for students to obtain discounts by making referrals and also for students to make money as affiliates. I will probably work something out in this regard too once the course has a minimum number of active students. Students who have a certificate will be able to be affiliates if they choose to do so and earn a good commission per sale, but again, that will happen after the course has some students. Pricing. This course costs $297 plus applicable tax depending on where you live. The Teachable platform allows you to use many payment options like PayPal, credit and debit card, and etc. The link to purchase is in the video description and in the pinned comment. Support. If you have any questions, you can reach me at support@fractalflowpro.com. Thank you very much for your patience in waiting for the course to be released. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the material. I put a tremendous amount of effort and focus into trying to add as much value as possible to you. Once again, thank you for the ongoing support and take care.